We say hello to the day with an operation carried out by the 110th Mechanized Brigade. A drone literally blows up 10 soldiers traveling in pickup boxes in the open air. Today is 18/04/2025 and welcome to Full News. Let's watch. The driver of the vehicle was probably driving without knowing what was about to happen. The soldiers behind him were telling each other stories, and then the Ukrainian FPV drone arrived. Trump made statements just today about the Russia-Ukraine war and said that we have good options for Russia-Ukraine peace. But despite this, the Russians continued to try to enter Ukraine and were then finished off by Ukrainian FPV drones. We continue our video with operations carried out on Donetsk. By the way, if you have watched up to this point, you can support us by giving us a like. And boom, another Russian tank is destroyed by FPV drone. Even though the cost of the tank, its volume, armor, etc., is much higher than the drone. While we are transferring the images, do you think there will be peace in the Russia-Ukraine war? Write your opinion in the comments. If you like watching this kind of videos, you must have seen that the region is usually Donetsk. So why? There are actually many reasons for this, but the most important one is that this place is known as an industrial and economic base. If Russia takes this place, it will gain an advantage and will also cause financial harm to Ukraine. Also, since this is a land corridor to the Crimea and the bloodiest fronts, Avdiivka, Bakhmut, Marinka are here. Most of what you see on the internet happens in the Donetsk region. While talking about the importance of Donetsk, I would also like to show you breathtaking images of a very important operation. This is the Pokrovsk region of Donetsk, and watch this operation. Ukrainian T-80 tank and M2, Bradley tank advancing. A soldier leaves a bomb and retreats, opening the entrance. I want you to watch this building very carefully. I will not comment on this part. I will ask you to watch the conflict in all its normality and feel yourself there. Donetsk, as most of you know, is not just a city name. It is the most valuable industrial city in Ukraine. Since there are huge factories left from the Soviets, many coal mines and heavy industry here, it seems that the winner from here will have a great advantage for the rest of the war. On the other hand, as Russia presses, Ukraine is trying to defend with all its might and use drones as effectively as possible. In this war, tanks, planes, or a lot of people are no longer very functional like the previous ones. FPV drones that make a sound like a tiny bee and have deadly eyes are now saying we are here. Ukraine undoubtedly has many times fewer soldiers on the field than Russia. But when Ukraine saw how useful the drones it bought from Turkey, America, and China were, it looked for ways to use them much more effectively. Nobody can even stick their head out of a proper trench anymore, because there is no guarantee that they will not be shot by a drone the moment they do. Imagine an operator who doesn't even have to be Ukrainian or fight. They can check whether some people are alive or dead from kilometers away. They are destroying the machines that Russia spent thousands of dollars on with small tools they bring from China. They were most likely inside that house. Now we are watching videos from the agricultural regions of Donetsk. Now I want to talk to you about something else. Let's talk about what trenches mean in war. There is a line that can be measured in kilometers on the eastern front of Ukraine. These trenches are defended for days, weeks, sometimes months without being abandoned. It rains, it fills with mud, bullets pass over them, but those trenches are held. The enemy who learns the location of the trenches dives directly into them with an FPV drone. The protected area suddenly turns into a death trap. Ukrainian soldiers constantly change places against this risk. They do not stand still. They do not use the same trench for a long time. They scan the area with surveillance drones and move to the next line when a threat comes. War is no longer just dig trenches and wait for the enemy to come and defeat me. Continuously move, hide, reconnoiter, and strike. Some clashes, unlike those here, take place at night, and sometimes soldiers can be shot by drones even while they sleep. You can follow us for such images. We share them all. As we are slowly coming to the end of today's video, there is something I want to tell you. First of all, before we start, please don't forget to write in the comments where you are watching from and who you want to win. War is a double-edged sword. In fact, it is a situation where there are no winners. As the full news channel, we hope that the war will end as soon as possible. We want the questions to be resolved in a more democratic framework. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.